The balances.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching this, by the way, friends, like, I highly suggest to just hop on my YouTube channel and watch these, because...
Balances.
Well, okay, let's... Welcome to my human design experiment. Welcome to...
3 6s equals 18.
Which is 9! Which is a great number in numerology. I mean, there's no good or bad number, but like it's an advanced number, okay?
There is a bad number, damn it. And it's the number that makes me angry.
What is it?
I don't have one.
Okay. I was like, wait, I'm actually really interested in what number makes you angry, dear.
Makes me angry. I don't have angry numbers. A negative number.
Yeah, but then when you get two negatives together, they make a positive, so...
Okay, look at you stand and deliver.
At least when you multiply.
Times a negative is a positive.
Well, friends, welcome back to Mystical Mac. You have not heard solo from me for a while, so I guess it's Mystical Mac and Adyr these last few months. Welcome.
Hell yeah.
Yes, we're here. We're here to talk about, because if I can't be solo and talk about, hey, I'm compiling a list. I promise it's going to happen when it happens. But in the meantime, we are bringing you the knowledge that you need to harness the powers of the lunar cycle that is upon us. In fact, when we are recording this today, we are on the eve of the new moon, from what I understand. I believe
the new moon is on the 6th.
It's on the 6th. Today is the 4th. Okay, so we are on the eve of the new moon.
Hell yeah. We're 2 days before. This is when we get our equipment and everything ready to set our manifestation.
So when you're hearing this is likely going to be the eve tomorrow for us, today for you. The eve of the new moon. And what lunar cycle are we dealing with this time, my dear? Let's just get right into it.
We have Libra. And how funny is this? The last time we spoke, sometimes when I do readings and then like I'm done, out of nowhere something would go bling, 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 you know, to get a clear understanding. The Justice kept appearing because she was like, get ready for Libra.
The balances.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching this, by the way, friends, like, I highly suggest to just hop on my YouTube channel and watch these, because...
Balances.
Well, okay, so Justice card kept coming up. Oh, by the way, if you are absolutely completely new to this podcast, and this is your first experience with it, Adyr is a friend of mine who reads tarot exceptionally well, and we bring tarot into this every single time. Look at us here, just educating people about the witchcraft that has nothing to do with Satan, unless you're doing that kind of witchcraft.
Well, you know, you got to look at it this way. I had a witch tell me once, magic is neither good nor evil. It's like nature, which is loving and cruel at the same time.
Indeed. That's a great way to see things.
And,
I mean, it's that, yeah.
However, there's always a ripple effect to whatever you do.
Yeah.
Whether good or bad, it's going to ripple and lead somewhere and come back to you, because when the wave crashes, it always comes back into the ocean.
Right. Well, so it's about what are you doing with that magic? What's your intention behind that magic? For example, our pentacle here could be used to summon an angel, or it could be used to summon a demon. The pentacle in and of itself is just a symbol. So the tarot cards are also symbols that I and Adyr have personally found to be really helpful in guiding us through life. And what more do I like than basically putting all my things together, like great friends and amazing tools and the information that's already so available to us in the cosmos and all around us together. And this is what these episodes are all about. So Adyr is going to be doing a reading at the end. His info is going to be at the bottom. And here we go. Let's talk about the Justice card in the tarot, preparing us for Libra, new moon.
Well, I didn't see it until recently when I was looking into it. And I realized, oh, that's why the Justice started coming back when I was going, Demon, stop singing that song. This is going to be an interesting new moon. Okay, well, then again, remember, new moons always represent a new beginning, a new cycle. This is the time where you plant your seeds, and then the full moon is when they germinate. Right?
Full circle using that word. Germinate.
Germinate, yeah.
I remember that word.
I know. I was like, I don't know if it's a bacteriized.
No, it is.
Germinate.
So your manifestations germinate in the full moon.
Yeah, every new moon is when you do your manifestations because it's the beginning. There's no energies coming through. It's just black. It's a blank slate. She agrees. The new moon right now in Libra. It's going to be an interesting one because you have a lot of Libra energy right now. We're in Libra season, and I think we have Mars in Libra right now. We have a couple of planets in Libra, so there's a ton of Libra energy going on. And like the symbol of Libra, some people call it the sombrero because of that, but it's the balance beam. Technically, it's not going to be looking for balance this time, though. That's the tricky part, and especially...
It's trying to find balance in the extremes?
It's actually not even a balance. It's basically right now, it seems you're putting the weight on it rather than it's already there. Let's find it.
Oh,
that's
you're
what this
literally
season.
Starting the weighing from scratch.
Yeah, so therefore you're going to get a lot of clarity because in order to, let's put it metaphorically, when you want to put things on a balance, you need a clear mind.
Yeah. You
got to be like, okay, I'm going to put rocks here and a feather. Okay, clarity, obviously, the rocks are going to weigh more unless you're in the moon. And, because, everyone weighs the same in the moon. It's like, how come that hippo weighs as much as I do? As the animal, guys. I'm not talking about human hippos. I'm talking about animals. I'm all about, So right now, it's whatever, for example, you had a tiff with somebody. Whereas when we talked about how in the last lunar cycle, you would get someone saying, I'm sorry, you'll get the apology. However, with that apology, there's still not going to be an understanding. This one is going to be like, oh, I get it. Where do I place it now? Mercury's retrograding, so it's going to give a huge slap of reality on that clarity. So don't be surprised if you're going to get a sudden, say someone from the past who you've had a tiff with and you talk about why there was a tiff. If you were in a past relationship... There you go. Agrees. If you're in a past relationship and you talk with the ex and get a clear understanding of why it didn't work out or why this job wasn't fit for you or why you got fired. Anything of a loss, you're going to get the clarity for a big slap of it. And you might not like it because sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie. But with that truth... Within a couple of days, you're done. Because the truth needs no defense. It is what it is. You get it. And you can move forward easier rather than going, is that what they really meant?
Right. That's literally the age-old reason, the psychological reason why ghosting is so fucked up. Because you leave a person with a question.
Oh my god, I hate fucking ghosting. And you know what's sad? I do it sometimes.
I know that I have done it in my past, and if anybody ever wants to call me out on it, I'll just I'm so sorry I did that to you, because that fucking sucks.
I'm not apologizing for my ghosting. It was what it was. I was at a different point in my mind. I don't need to apologize for it unless they come up to me and go, hey, you ghosted me. You're like, okay, well then we didn't work out.
Yeah, but I still take ownership.
I should have been clear. I'm not going to say I'm sorry. I will hold myself accountable. I'll be like, look, I should have been clear about it. Yeah. I should have let you know. Next time, I will make it clear. I'm a weirdo in a sense of apologies. I will tell you I'm sorry, but not by saying I'm sorry. I would be like, okay, yeah, I did it. I will confess, I was in a different state of mind. You know, I'm a fucked up individual. I can be fucked up at times.
I don't know. To me, that just feels like making a lot of excuses, because the words "I'm sorry" can hold a lot of weight in that mending and that clarity. Because the thing is like this, me being the person, it's funny, right? Talking about clarity, people are gonna get clarity. If it were you and me and you told me that, I wouldn't feel like you apologized at all. I would actually feel like you just justified everything, and that I'm supposed to feel okay that you did that because you're a different person then. That,
well,
you know,
I wouldn't say it like that, to be honest. But, however, you know why I don't say I'm sorry a lot? Because people throw it around like nothing now.
That's fine, but you,
can I get
you
water?
Don't have
Sorry,
to.
can you not breathe?
But you don't have to.
Sorry.
And in my opinion, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sure, but the words "I'm sorry," I get it. And in this situation, and I respect what you're doing, and I know intention, in my opinion, is more important than any singular word. You know? With that said, I am like a words of affirmation girl. Yeah. So when people in my life, when things happen, the words "I'm sorry" do mean a lot to me. You know, but that's also because I'm the kind of girl who's like, yeah, sure, I'll be like, oh, sorry, my bad. But then also, you know, when I fuck up, I'm like, yo, I apologize. Like, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, if I genuinely fuck up, I'm gonna say it. But like, for me, like, I would say, if I didn't use those words, I would be like, look, if there's anything I can do to make up for the damage that was done.
Well, then that's the intention of "I'm sorry." So like that may, you know what I mean?
I would rather express that, because sometimes for me, and I'm not giving "I'm sorry" a bad thing. I'm saying that sometimes I'm sorry. I feel maybe through past experience, it's a cop out, or it's just it's the .com.
Right.
I'm sorry, won't happen again. .com, and it's like, okay.
It doesn't really leave room for anything else.
Yeah, so I feel like when I explain myself and be like, look, I was a fucked up individual at the time. I did this and I did that, and I should have paid attention to you. So if there's anything I can do to make up for it, let me know.
Well, see, but in that situation, then I would for sure be like, oh, okay, like, he has remorse, like, in that situation, I don't think you need the particular words.
Yeah, because I leave it open-ended for you to tell me. Yeah. I would prefer that than I won't do it again, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then the next day,
because
I didn't hear from you for 5 months. Oh, I'm just...
Well, because oftentimes too, right? And somehow this is going to make sense with all of this, but oftentimes too, not doing it again is not that simple, because if you ghosted a person, chances are you guys aren't in each other's life anymore, so it's like, okay, so you won't do it again the next time we don't talk again. You know what I mean? But
like I had one guy that told me one time, he's like, hey, you ghosted me. And I remember clearly it was in WeHo. I got off work. I was like, oh, you know what? I did? Okay, look, how can I make it up for you? Do you want to, why don't we go out for coffee? You know, and he was like, okay.
Yeah.
You know.
So
I think for me though, because like I would cop out and use "I'm sorry" a lot, and I from my past I would throw it around and unintentionally like use those words.
Yeah.
So the way I apologize is I explain myself, I hold my accountability, and I try to find a way to fix it.
Right, you leave it open for them.
I leave it up for them to
be
give
like
me
a collaborative thing. Well, so fun, because this kind of like makes me think of probably a lot of the conversations that people are probably gonna be having during this lunar cycle and this Mercury retrograde.
You don't even know. Okay, with the retrograde, I think it goes direct on the 18th, but
of this month.
Look at the candle; it's agreeing and flickering with everything, and it's going high. So whatever you question or like whatever you set an intention for, it could be coming quick. Look at she's agreeing. Go both ways.
She's talking to you. She's upset with you.
Can you give me 2 flames? Oh, come on. Hi, give me 2 flames. Anyway, I do talk to my candles.
It's almost happening. It's going like this.
I've done it a couple of times when I practice candle magic. I would sit there and just focus, and I go, and it flickers. I say, stop flickering. And then she'll chill like that. Or I'll like do this for it to copy my follow my bend with me, and it usually does. So Don't be surprised when you get back to the whole lunar cycle. Do not be surprised if you get unexpected people or things in your past come up and answer the questions that you probably have still in the back, behind your head, and just not thought about it or thought about it. So it's technically not going to be a balanced thing, a balanced type of lunar cycle right now. That being said, the retrogrades are also affecting it. You know, everything's going backwards right now. So
Right.
this is why I'm also saying whatever's from the past also is going to bubble up. So whatever you did not finish, and when we talked about in previous episodes about getting things done, you're going to get hit hard with it this year. I mean, this cycle. It's going to be like, oh, well, I haven't had time to organize my house or do my cleaning or do whatever it is that I needed to do because it's opened the door for it. And now Libra cycle, like this Libra season, and the moon cycle, the new moon in Libra, is going to be like, we're going to have moths eat all your wool because you did not properly put them away. You let them hanging out. Nature's going to hit you hard. So get it done. If you do not pay a bill from last cycle, or you put it aside, you're going to get slapped hard. So it's just like, oh, I got a parking ticket. Oh, I'll take care of it. What happened to that $78 ticket? $250. You know, so get it done. Organize. Right now is time to organize too. So it could be the littlest things. I'm just going to organize my filing cabinets. I'm going to organize, my closet. I'm just not cleaning, organization. Compartmentalize things that you need to do because the next lunar cycle is what's going to cause the effect of what you're preparing for. Because we're doing this right now. All these retrogrades, it's like the slingshot. It's still moving back. Right. And once all the retrogrades end, boom!
Yeah.
So prepare. Libra is all about balance. However, right now, it's not going to help you with its balance. Right now, you're just putting each marble. You're not even looking at what side's going to fall first right now. You're just putting the marbles in. And what's going to happen is you're probably going to get the answers or anything like that probably in 2 lunar cycles. Okay. You know what I mean? Especially after Samhain, because Samhain is coming up, which is the 31st of October.
Yes.
And Samhain is when the earth sleeps. So this is your opportunity before Samhain to get what you need to do, harvest. Samhain comes in, the world's asleep, and she wakes up in spring. But during that time of sleep, you need to check your boxes, organize, prepare, get everything going. Here, and if you have bad hair, there too. Very important.
There too. So interesting because, I'm going to speak from personal experience that I've had so far in the shadow of this lunar cycle because I feel like it's already sort of like...
Oh, she's starting.
It already hit me in the shadow here. And I'm going to speak on it because I have a very opposite experience of most people in the sense that, I am that bitch who will be on the 3rd day of the month, be like, oh my God, freaking out. Did I pay my rent? I look at Nate, my boyfriend, right? And I'm like, Nate, oh my God, I paid my rent. He goes, dude, you're you. Of course you paid your rent.
Yeah.
And sure enough, lo and behold, I paid my fucking rent, right? And so it's interesting, you're talking about oh, if you have bills, things you haven't paid, they're going to catch up with you now, blah, blah, blah. It's interesting because I have these instead of, it's not material, because Libra is she earth or air?
Libra's air.
She's air, okay.
Very mental.
Okay. So
I think she's the most mental one out of all of them.
Okay. So it's interesting, right? And this aligns because my mental struggle isn't in necessarily like I have my fair share of procrastination, but it's not necessarily in the I'll do it later when it comes to checking my boxes, as much as doing so much in order to prevent those boxes from going unchecked, which in my opinion is just the opposite side of the deterministic pendulum. You know, like you have those people who just like they put it off in order to sort of mitigate their anxiety in the moment. I go above and beyond, over the top, to make sure that nothing ever gets put off, and that in and of itself ends up exhausting me as much as probably the procrastination on the other end. And this particular lunar cycle shadow, and when I say shadow, for those of you who aren't sure what I'm saying, it means the period before the event happens. So the shadow of the Mercury retrograde is, you know, the time allotted, I don't know the exact amount of time, but the time allotted before Mercury actually starts to move in retrograde. So the shadow of the
18th it goes direct. We're still in the shadow.
So we're still I refer to the shadow as in like before it starts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
So it goes direct on the 18th, I think.
And okay. So we're still in the shadow. Yeah. Okay, so so the shadow period, you know, for Mercury retrograde, because, you know, it lasts a while, it's kind of big. But for the lunar cycle, it's like a few days, you know, a week. And I was in Disneyland this last weekend, and guess what happened to me?
What happened?
Something that I'm telling you, Adir, never happens to me. And funny, this particular little thing has been happening to me a lot. And I mean, a lot is like 3 times, but that's a lot for me. I lost something. My wallet. Oh. I lost that a long time ago. I don't know if they ever properly
When did you go?
Disneyland.
When?
Oh, Saturday.
Bitch, you know I got my car broken in on Saturday night, and guess what was stolen?
Huh?
My fucking passport.
Wow. And so, there you go. So, like, you know, I'll tell you the whole story of what happened. Now it's Disneyland, and if there is a large place with a lot of people where a wallet is going to be lost and it's most likely going to be returned, it's Disneyland, you know? So, but still, like, when you're there in that moment and you're lost, you've lost your wallet. Like, I didn't know if I was going to get it the next day. I didn't know if I was going to have them ship it to me. I knew that I think somewhere in my mind I knew that it would be found. But, like, in the meantime, I'd have to cancel all my credit card. Not cancel, but at least lock. My friend thought of that. She's like, let's freak out. She's like, can you at least just lock your cards so you don't have to full-on cancel them? Yeah. And that way you can still use it. Because, like, part of my thing is, like, as a kid, I didn't get to buy anything. So it was very important to me that I got to, like, shop at Disneyland.
Yeah.
So that was, like, my ID. It was fine. I'll get another one. My Medi-Cal shit, it's fine. Another one. I'll get another one. It's my fucking credit cards, bitch. I need to shop while I'm at Disneyland. And so... anyway, you know, my friend was like, hey, can you lock your cards? And I was like, okay. The second we figured that out, I just sort of like, okay, it's fine. And I knew in the back of my head, this thing is going to be found. And once the cards thing was squared away, and I was like, okay, my inner child is okay. We're still going to get to shop. We're still going to get to have this experience we didn't get to have when we were a kid. I could just relax, and it was fine. And guess what? It was literally found within the hour.
There you go.
Like, it was found within the hour. I got the notification within the hour. And, you know, and it's interesting because I knew what my lesson was when it happened. And because what ended up happening is, and the universe works in magical ways, we originally had a pre-made reservation to build lightsabers at the Star Wars Galaxy's End area.
I forgot you can do that.
Yeah, you can build droids
to the villain store.
Or lightsabers.
Okay.
So, but for us it was either or, because we weren't about to pay for both, because like the droids were like $100, lightsabers were like $170.
$100 for?
It's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it. The sabers look awesome, but we opted to do the droids instead because the sabers are more of a display piece, whereas the droid you actually get to play with it. Like,
yeah.
You know. So anyway, but originally we had a pre-made reservation for the lightsabers, and what ended up happening is we kept debating the whole time there, like, damn, do we want to switch for the droids? Because we ended up finding out you get to build either an R2-D2 or a BB-8, a miniature version. And we didn't know at first when we signed up for the sabers and stuff, so that the sabers sounded cooler. So anyway, we finally decided, fuck it, we'll just cancel the sabers and we go do the droids. We're in line to pay for the droids, and that's when I realized my wallet's missing. Now we trace everything back. It turned out that I lost it at this one particular ride in Galaxy's End, and we told everybody and everything. But my thing was like, well, shit, like I wanted to build that droid, and once we got the cards figured out, I was like, oh fuck, okay, I can go. They take Apple Pay. I went. I unlocked my card. I paid for it. I locked it back. We're off to the races building the droids, and I knew, like, just the second, like, that moment after we got to the table and stuff and we started building, I knew, I was like, okay, even if I don't find this is okay.
Yeah.
And it's, like, seems like a really, really little thing, but, like, for, for this part of my psyche that was so attached to, that is attached to, essentially, like, being perfectly on everything.
Yeah.
And never, ever slipping in a way that feels detrimental, or in any way inconveniences me to such a degree. It was like this aspect of me was, for the first time ever, like, it didn't take over my entire experience.
Good. I would have been pissed in my head.
And don't get me wrong, I was, but, Nate has really helped me in the sense that, like, with him, I have a really difficult time not externalizing my emotions, because obviously he's the closest thing that's going to poke at the wounds that I have with my parents. But, like, with, my friend Caitlin was trying to be very positive and everything, and at the points where I was just kind of freaking out, we hadn't really figured anything out or thought of any good ideas, like, I just took deep breaths and I was like, okay, like, and I was able to communicate to her, like, okay, I get that you're trying to help. I really appreciate it. I just can't make it to where you are right now. But thank you for doing that, And at the end of it, when I look back, it was that thing. It was a moment where I was able to take that heavy weight off of one of my scales and sort of, like, break it in half and let go of part of it and accordingly place the other weight where, which allowed me to essentially be making my droid, and then the chick comes up and, asks us how we're doing and everything, and I'm like, oh yeah, I lost my wallet. I, like, literally said it, like, I was like, I got a lollipop. And
aww.
It was...
Well, you got a lollipop. What flavor?
No, I said I lost my wallet like I would have said the sentence. Oh, I got a lollipop. You know what I mean? Like, I lost my wallet. It's fine. No, but, like, seriously, it was such an interesting thing. And when I asked if Libra is air, because that, I mean, honestly, it's like that mental shift is going to allow me to, when it's my child freaking out because they lost their favorite stuffed animal wherever, that mental shift is going to help me stay in a place of well, all will be right again. Yeah. And those are really, really hard things to sort of do and deal with, right? Like, and I feel like that's what this lunar cycle seems to be calling us to, is like these little things in our minds and in our ways of thinking and in our mindset that affect this physical thing.
Yeah. It's kind of, yeah, I agree. However, ooh.
It's raining now.
No, not just, there's lightning going on.
Yes, there is, and thunder.
Hell yeah.
In LA, hi.
I know. When did we become Singapore? Singapore had them constantly.
Really?
I loved it.
I don't think I could live in the cloudiness, but I appreciate the rain.
And then lightning struck my apartment and destroyed the battery on my computer. So for the rest of my life with that computer, I had to always have it plugged in, because if I didn't have it plugged in, it would just die.
Did it, like, strike your entire building or just your apartment?
The entire building. I was on the top floor,
I was like, Adyr, you would be the person whose sole apartment would get electrocuted.
Yeah,
like,
I was in the top floor. I was like, this type, gonna get on Facebook, type. And then all of a sudden it's like, this whole room, like, washes in white, like an anime when the screen goes white and then it etches back to, like, the color.
Yes.
And then everything shut off.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, my computer. Never mind. Then my computer died. I was like, what just happened? So I took it to the computer guy, and he's like, oh, your battery fried.
Oh no.
What happened? It's like, I think lightning struck my apartment. I was like, during the lightning storm last night? I was like, yeah, during the lightning storm last night. Why? I was like, you weren't supposed to. Yeah, during the lightning storm, you can't be doing stuff like that. Oh, I didn't know. So then
shit.
it fried. So, but anyways,
hopefully this house doesn't get struck by lightning.
Dude, this house is so old. It gets struck by lightning. It's gonna be like a cartoon. Everything's timber and we're all black and charred. Hey. Oh, we might end up at like mutants and X-Men have powers.
Oh my god.
But back to the Libra thing. It's not gonna be about balance right now. It's gonna be about, like you said, you took the pebble off, and then one side's gonna weigh more. Fuck.
Now you gotta find how to even
Fuck. And it's not gonna be trying to figure out. It's more of looking at the heavy side and going, all right.
What can I take off?
We're gonna take off, and you take off that. And it's still heavy, and you take off another one, and then that side goes blunk.
And now you try to prune the other side.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of that right now.
Got
it's not
it.
gonna be. This isn't gonna be happening right now. It's gonna be.
It's more
like
about
this.
removing.
And this removing, getting, and in other words, like removing more soul-like, not so much superficial. If you want to get into that, and there is gonna be some superficial things, like I said, like check your boxes. But if you're talking about your soul, it's more about, clarity. Okay, well, all right, I took that one off. Now that side's heavy, obvious. So let's go ahead and get the answers to that heavy side, and then you take some off. And now that side's heavy. I was like, I thought I cleared the air with that, and I guess not. So there's still some underlining shit that needs to be cleared out from that past.
Yeah.
Okay. Mercury retrograde, you got a rusty, ready to snap balance beam. So if you take one off, that whole thing's gonna fall apart like Jenga. So you have that's what retrograding is gonna be doing right now. So you're like, just gonna sit there and go, fuck.
It sounds like we just need a whole new scale.
Yeah, a lot of it's gonna be happening. To some people, they might have a whole rebirth, like a whole new fresh start of something.
Yeah.
But that's gonna happen with the revelations of things from the past that will make themselves present to you.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, did you go to the villain store? That's my favorite store in Disneyland. The villains. I love the bad guys. They're my favorite people.
I mean, they're. I didn't know there was just a villain store.
Yeah, I think it's by the castle. There's the villain store.
I didn't get to explore that too much. There's a lot of people we went on the weekend, so.
My favorite characters have always been the villains. Except for one. There was a girl, I think her name, an old woman in the Atlantis movie.
Oh, yeah.
And when the submarine blew up and they were out on the shore somewhere in some cavern, I don't remember, she was holding a coffee in a robe and smoking a cigarette. And he was like, hey, I'll just say her name was Gladys. I don't remember her name. Hey, Gladys, did you lose all your clothes and everything, your belongings in the ship? I sleep in the nude. Oh, and she walked into her tent smoking a cigarette with her coffee and curlers. I loved her. Because she was the operator in the sub. She's like, Margaret, I know, and I told my husband what's wrong with... Hold on. The ship is going to self-destruct in 10 minutes. And then, do you know what he did to me? That's what she was, and I loved her. I get by with that. And then she was still on the phone while they were escaping. And can you believe? I was like, oh, she's brilliant.
Those are the characters that they, like, literally make for us.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the adults.
Oh, yeah.
But no, like, I didn't go into the villain store. But wait, we're getting off track. Is there anything else to say about this particular... on this?
No, don't be surprised by surprises, basically, because there's going to be some surprises happening. Example, just before the lunar cycle ends, the last one ends and the new one comes up, shit happened to me in Seattle. I got my car broken in. Right. Passport was stolen. But you know what? Here's the clearing thought. Don't leave your fucking passport in the car.
Boom.
Lesson learned. Don't leave my passport there. Here's another, and here's the silver lining out of that situation. I figured out how to use my points so I didn't pay for a single hotel.
Mm.
Bing, I was like, oh, I gotta cancel this, and I gotta, my credit cards are with me. I have points, can I? Can I exchange my money for the points? Yeah, honey. Boom. He sees that. My poor cat's freaking out over the thunder right now. Yeah. It's okay.
Poor babes.
It's alright.
She'll figure it out. Yeah.
She'll figure it out. Also, if you're spiritual and you have a deity, mine is Hecate. Put some bread, a sweet, a pastry. If you're going to put it on a plate, a paper plate that's biodegradable. At a crossroad, walk away, don't look back.
Okay.
That is basically asking for guidance on this new journey you're bound to step into, because this new moon, especially because it's at its strongest with so many planets and within the same season,
mm-hmm.
and the new moon in the same season, is the perfect time for a fresh start.
So
fresh start.
Put it at a crossroad.
Put it at a crossroad.
A crossroad. Oh, so at an intersection.
Mm-hmm. Put it like a little bread. I got my
in the middle?
Like under a sign on the corner, okay. Just hidden. You know, where it's biodegradable. Ask for what you want. Does it have to be on a plate? You can just put it without. I'm not gonna give my deity some food on the floor.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, the floor seems a little like you wouldn't give anybody food on the floor.
No, if you put it on a plate, it's like, here you go, thank you. Biodegradable and little. You put it on a styrofoam plate, I'm pretty sure they're gonna get pissed off.
I mean, I'm sure you're just helping pollute at that point.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, bitch, what are you trying to do?
Can you put it on a little cardboard altar?
Yeah, well, you can do that. But it's something biodegradable, Yeah. It's like you don't want to go to a party and bring an empty bottle of wine. I brought a bottle of wine, but I drank it on the way.
No, obviously.
Yeah, that's
I
rude.
just want it to be elevated, that's all.
You can however you want, whatever makes you comfortable. Like, for me, I just usually put it on a paper plate, and I go, here. Some people call it Hecate, but that sounds like the beer Tecate.
Yeah.
So I just say, here, Hecate, or I say, hey, girl.
My girl, help me out.
I love you. Keep me going on the same path. Make my manifest. Help me align with the frequency of my manifestations. I'm gonna call it a day. But yeah, okay. Surprises are in store.
Surprises are in store. I feel like we gave it all. Is it time for the reading?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, while I was shuffling, the cards fell out already. A good number of them. So let's start. These are now the Lenormands. Lenormands.
Is that a 2 of Pentacles?
It's the 2 of Diamonds, but it is...
What would the diamond be?
The diamonds would probably be equivalent, I could say, if you want to use that, the Pentacles, but they're totally different. The overall theme. Ooh, the cat. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do it like this. There we go. Now, Lenormands are old playing cards that were turned into, for divine purposes. They date back way before tarot cards. Tarot cards are still fairly new. But these were the old schoolers. These I like because they tell more of a story. Okay, for the lunar cycle. The cat is actually really, 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 really getting to me.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was right, though. Let's get another one. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so you have the stork and the birds. The stork and the birds, you have to separate these a lot. Mm-hmm. And do math with these. So with the stork of the birds, basically that's 8, that's 3, which is 11, which is 2. So there could be somebody, if you had a situation with them in the past, come and talk to you. And it can, because the stork, what does the stork do? It brings...
Yes, brings things in.
It brings things in. And then you have the birds, which are what? Chirpers. They talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so... It could also, for people, if you're having a situation with somebody, if there's concerns with the love, someone from the past will be coming in and talking to you and making something right, because you have the cat and the key. Now, the key holds the key. It opens doors. That's what keys do. You have the answers already. You know what you want. The cat represents mischievous things lost, because what do cats do? They're sneaky.
Yes.
They play. They're mischievous. They take things and
Yes.
they do stuff. So this is basically saying, if you put all these four together, you have the stork and the keys. So basically you know the person who's probably going to talk to you, or the person you want to talk to you will talk to you and answer the things that were lost or misunderstood in the situation. So it could be anything, even if it's in work. It could be a colleague or someone that you work with. Maybe even your boss is going to say, hey, remember that time when you were late for work and this and this? Well, I think you're a great worker, because it ends with a medal, and medals represent medals.
Yeah.
Rewards.
Right.
Look, you're a good worker. Don't think anything bad. Or if it's a friend, hey, I apologize. I did fuck up. If it's an ex, we didn't work out because of this. And you get the message with the Tower and the Gentleman. The Gentleman is like fast moving. And now if you're dealing with love and relationships, there could be a reconcile. If you're looking for your ex, or you're looking for someone to date, boyfriend, girlfriend, this is all non-binary, so it goes every way.
Right.
If you want to just reconcile with family members, I'm getting more family in this though. So if you had shit with family, you're gonna get clarity with it, and it's gonna have like a good ending. Even if you're not going to talk to that person again, or you might get closer on the bond. Because the Tower, it's not the Tower on the tarot card. The Tower on the tarot card basically means moving up in the game. Yeah. Seeing things clearly. You're at the top of the tower. You're above the fog. You can see. You have a view. And you have the Gentleman coming to the tower. So the message is going to come fast. Things will come fast. With the pig ain't a bad thing. The pig is actually really good. The pig means luxury. So, travel could be coming in. Or moving. I'm getting movement and travel. So if you have plans on moving, move. Move to the place that you feel makes you feel like that juicy pig. And not the kind that arrests you or the kind that you eat, but that kind that you want to just... look at it roast. Honey, you're vegan. Yes. Look at that cauliflower. It's so grilled, and see, he wants it too. That's what it is. So whatever is happening, I'll just give you the best description. You're at the bottom of the tower right now.
Got it. Thank you for your input.
Eventually, and it's going to move fast. Eventually, you're going to be like, I need to go to the top and get a clear vision of where my answers are coming from.
Yeah.
And the message, the Gentleman, is coming in from the distance going, because you have the key to unlock every door of that tower to keep going up and up in the game.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening right now.
Okay, so we're just sort of making our way. Now, I feel the need...
I can pull a tarot card too.
Cool. Before you do that, I feel the need to say, as I roll everything you just said, it looks like everything is aligned very well. Follow the flow. Like, I feel the need to tell whoever is listening, including myself, because whenever you do readings or you're part of a reading, it does apply to you as well, Follow the flow and, let that flow, let it happen. If something feels like it shouldn't be happening, but at the same time, because maybe you didn't imagine it happening, but it's a thing that is going to, make things make sense for you. It's like, follow that, even if your traumatic defense mechanisms are telling you that it can't be happening or it's not real. Just see it through. Give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, let your flow take you, because it sounds like a lot of these energies are ready to sort of pull the people that are already along on this journey of getting up the tower.
It's all the same thing.
Oh, yes, I love this deck.
Oh, the funny ones?
The one with the tarot deck with the sassy comments. Oh my god. Okay, wait. What's the Four of Cups thinking?
I already have 3 Deb crybabies. Get that thing away from me.
That's funny. The Four of Cups is like a guy sitting in front of 3 cups with a hand handing him another one. That's hysterical.
And you got the Queen of Swords, which is what? Clarity. Queen of Swords. Clarity, but she's Queen of Swords basically is in the middle. You have the past and the future, which is the Knight of Pentacles, or Chad of Devil Cats.
He would be a Chad. The Knights would be a Chad.
Chad. Listen, where she is positioned, she has the clarity. She just doesn't know where to place it yet. She's already gone through the Four of Cups. She's already been like, I get it. I've had that fucked up emotion, and I'm looking at the one that I want. How am I going to get there? Boom. I got my answer. Now let me figure out a way to move forward from it or make it work so the Knight of Pentacles can come in. And that's movement. He's actually standing still holding. Yeah. He's holding your life, the pentacle, your earthly things, and he's going, okay, we're at a crossroad, left or right. He's good to go.
You just gotta tell him
he's
where to go.
Good to fucking go. So basically, I say basically a lot. Fuck. I
did not notice that.
Basically, so. It's like a Latino thing. Latinos always say basically. Basically? Fuck, I hit the stereotype. Basically, it all happens for a reason. Why do we always say that? Fucking Latino words, man. Okay, it's technically the end of a cycle. You're ending any fucking cycle. The doors are shut. The coffin is closed. You got your clarity. You got the key. You're saying, okay, we didn't work out. Now I know why we didn't work out.
Yeah.
Move. Let's go. So you're ready to start a new one. Let me add these up. 7, 6, 13, 4. Bitch.
What's the number?
9.
No! Okay.
9.
Okay, ready? Friends. Why 9? Well, 1, we talked about the number 9 earlier. But not just that. Everything we're saying, how things are culminating to sort of get shot into the orbits of manifestation and what have you, that's the number 9. Right? Like, the number 9 is like, it's the pullback. It's sort of like that resolution that's sort of leading you to 10. But lo and behold, at 10, you are just about to begin a cycle anew.
Yeah, 10 is 1.
So, exactly. 10, 1 and 0, you get 1. So 10 really is 1. So technically 9 is the end of the cycle, and that point where you're, much like what the earth is about to start doing, she's going to sleep to reawaken. So this is a time of mindful rest, but also mindful rest. I mean, like, take your rest where you need it, and when you need to go hard in whatever it is that you need to do, be it, a cycle through those core beliefs that are no longer serving you. Like, for me, I can't make really terrible mistakes. Things won't be okay. I can't lose my wallet at Disneyland. I did. Everything was okay. Like a deer, fuck, I can't get my car broken into. I can't lose my passport. Well, fuck, he did. Everything was okay. And now I get it. Things are relative. But chances are, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're watching this video, you have a pretty privileged life. And chances are, in those moments that you occur, especially during this lunar cycle, things are going to be okay. It's whether you can see that and still feel your chaos at the same time in order to get through it.
I'm going to tell you this. Remember when I said the coffin is closed?
Oh my God, there's
Bury
a
it.
coffin.
The coffin came out.
There's a coffin. Oh my God.
The coffin came out. It's telling me. I said, okay. And I asked, I was like, okay, the overall energy for the spread. The coffin.
Okay, friends. Okay, ready? I'm going to piggyback off of this because for some reason being extremely tired makes me a good channel.
Piggyback off it.
What does a coffin represent? It represents, we keep saying this, don't take a shot, we say the end of a cycle during this episode because you will be drunk every time we say it. But really, a coffin represents the end of a cycle, right? Mm-hmm. A coffin represents a place for you to put the things that are no longer serving you or that no longer need to be activated and alive. A coffin is a place for you to put things for them to be transmuted into whatever else they're going to become. You know what a coffin isn't? A storing place. It's not a box. Don't put shit in that coffin just so you can get your little shovel and dig it all back out. Mm-hmm. So, honor the coffin. Oh, shit, that's the world.
Yeah, I asked for overall energy for the tarot spread, and I got the Uno card.
There you go. So
she's called Uno on this one.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
1, the world is at your command.
New
if you're
cycle.
able to nail that coffin and honestly leave it buried where it needs to be. In fact, burn it. Let the fire cleanse it.
I say don't burn the coffin, just look at the headstone and say it was a good year. Every time you see it, it was a good year.
Okay, well then maybe
I remember that
maybe
year.
the coffin, there you go, the coffin is a reminder then.
Keep them as reminders, because you don't want to burn it, because then you forget about it, and then it happens again. You go, what the fuck?
I guess like the way that I saw it was like a funeral pyre. I just don't like the idea of taking land from animals to bury ourselves.
Yeah.
But like yes, I feel that have some sort of recollection, have something, some sort of talisman or some sort of the headstone is a great example. Some sort of headstone that that it's not the box. You've gotten rid of the box. The box is dead and buried. But it's there for you to take forward with you in this next big cycle, not even just lunar cycle, but just life cycle that we're all about.
Yeah,
to
like
enter.
I save a lock of hair from every person I dated or hooked up with while they're sleeping. I cut it off and then put it in my pocket.
I love you.
And then I have a photo album and I remember him.
Of course you do.
Him,
oh my god, it's the witchiest shit you've ever said.
No, I don't do it. Imagine that's fucking like crazy Nancy the Craft shit. You don't want to end up like Nancy. Remember that?
Oh my god. American Horror Story?
No, The Craft. Remember The Craft, the movie, the old 90s movie?
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh my god.
Okay, I need to see it.
The Craft.
Is it?
Ask Nate, and I was like, Nate would be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was good.
The Craft. All right.
Yeah, The Craft
there's a show
was good.
based off of it. I feel like I feel like I've seen a show named The Craft. Okay, I'll check it out.
No, it's called The Craft.
Okay.
That.
Well, I'll check it out. But no,
I'll tell you this,
if you did do it, that would be the witchiest.
I went on a date. No, it was so funny. I went on a date with this guy once, and he saw my. He was like, I brought him home, in my old apartment. He's like, "Were you a witch?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a witch." So don't piss me off. As a joke, he 180'd, walked out that door, did not say anything, slammed it, never heard from him again.
That's gold. That like if you were a stand-up comedian, that would be a great bit.
Oh, dude, I would have. It was funny. It was like, how do you react to that? I just looked and said, "All right, okay."
I dodged a bullet.
Dodged a bullet. I probably would have. I don't know. We probably wouldn't even been sexually compatible. It would have been one of those when you're just like, okay.
Oh no.
I gotta do my laundry. Oh, it's good. Oh god. Oh, I gotta really work on that homework assignment. Oh, do you like that, baby? I bet you do. I wonder what my mom's doing. Oh, she come? Good. Okay, thank you. Oh, it was delicious. Like, you know when you get like a Pop-Tart and you put like cream cheese on it, and then is that good? Yeah.
So you dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. That's a good story.
Those are terrible. Would you hate those when you think about your day in the middle of your sexual experience?
I mean, that's not a good sign. Oh, that's really not a good sign.
I should have bought that shirt in Zara.
You know, honestly, the times that I've never necessarily regretted a sexual encounter, but the times that I just hooked up, most of the time it was like that. And it wasn't like to the point where it was like awful, we didn't have chemistry. I was thinking about something else the whole time, but and I have my own stuff that makes my mind wander in general, but it just reminded me of this is why I don't hook up with people.
Yeah. When I was younger, yeah, but then when I got older I did it. I mean, it was just what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
It's like finding a gay Republican Jew. What the fuck is that? Do those even exist?
I don't know if they do. Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah,
I kind of used to date a skinhead on the down low.
Oh my god, really? Mm-hmm. Wow. Mm-hmm. The things we find out.
He's like, I hate all these races and but I like you. I was like, that doesn't make sense. You're cute. Doesn't matter.
On that note, friends, take care of your coffin.
Yes.
Just take care of your coffin. Don't be storing cadavers in your closet and then wonder why it smells like shit. Take care of your coffin. Go through those beliefs. Go through those mental processes that aren't serving you. Go through that shit that you probably have been actively avoiding, or if you're like me, overworking to not ever have to deal with.
Hell yeah.
We all have to deal with it. And this is, if you don't deal with it, then that is a choice you make, and every choice has consequences.
Yep. Think of the pig.
Oh yes.
Live in luxury, the pig. He's like, oh.
When I think of the pig, and luxury, having a miniature pig would make me feel luxurious.
Oh my god. My friend had a mini pig. A pygmy?
So
are they called
cute.
pygmies? I don't know what they're called. No. Pygmies are those miniature goats.
There's a pygmy. They're
pygmy goats.
Oh, okay. No,
they're mini pigs and it's the cutest
they're
thing.
the cutest little things. Well, and I mean, honestly, they're the most like us.
Yeah, they have a 3-year-old mentality or something.
But that doesn't surprise me, actually. Birds are like that. Large birds have 3-year-old brains.
When I lived in Hong Kong, they had those cockatoos. They ran wild.
They're so beautiful.
They were so smart.
They're very smart.
And so tricky. Now, this is before smartphones, so people would have that ding-ding-ding sound on their Nokias, and you'd be walking, and they knew if somebody had one, and they would mimic that sound to fuck with them, so they go...
Oh my god, that's brilliant!
Or one asked me one time, he just went, ni hao. And I said, oh, okay, I'll give you some food. So I gave him a little piece of my bread, and he thanked me.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, why did 100 of them come down? Ni hao, ni hao, ni hao. That bitch went up that tree and said, there's this idiot. There's an idiot down there. He's going to give you food. Because he just...
They're like the monkeys.
Yeah.
They're like the monkeys in the places where monkeys run rampant.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and the monkeys are hella intelligent. I mean, monkeys are always very intelligent.
Oh, they were in Singapore. They were intense. I'd go on jogs and they would throw rocks at me while I was jogging. Stop it, you little pieces of shit. And it hurts because sometimes they hit you like, motherfuckers. And I would throw sticks at them back.
A deer versus the monkeys, folks.
Bruh.
So see, there you go. You'll be like, the universe is the monkeys, and you're a deer running if you don't take care of your shit while you have the chance.
You'll be like, motherfucker. You gotta be like, okay, well now I know not on Monday mornings not to take this road.
Yeah.
You know?
And get that clarity.
Basically.
Oh, my dear, it's been a pleasure.
Yay, it was a lot I always enjoy doing these.
I always have a good time, I know, and I really appreciate the insight. I really appreciate that you are helping me keep my podcast alive and going.
I can do that with you. This is so much fun.
I know. It is. And, friends, you are more than welcome and in fact highly encouraged to check out the links in the description, whether you're on YouTube or on the podcast. Go ahead and check him out. Adir's links are there. He's got a TikTok. He is going to be putting up content on YouTube very soon.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, he takes, he does take clients. And so, wait. Third eye banging. What's up?
Off-grid. If you're going to plan on being off-grid, do it now. Do it during Leo. The lunar cycle of... I'm not Leo. Lunar cycle of Libra. I just got that right now. It's a good time to relax with the social media.
Okay. There you go. So more insights like that await you if you decide to shoot him an email and actually get a personal reading. Because if you're new here and you're wondering, oh, was that reading for me? Blah blah blah. It was. If you're listening, if you're watching,
resonate, great.
It was for you. There's something in there for you.
Yeah.
Maybe not all of it is for you, but some of it is definitely going to be for you. And this is what we call a collective reading, meaning we're hitting a target of. Not a target, I'm sorry. We're hitting a large amount of people, or at least a larger amount than would be the one when you have just a one-on-one reading. So highly encourage you guys to just check out his stuff. And if you are called, go ahead and shoot him an email about having a reading of your very own.
One more thing before we go. If somebody offers you an opportunity, I'm getting masculine figure. It could be in a work position. While you're at work, not at work position, but while you're at work or through a friend of a friend, I got that really quick.
Okay.
Explore it. It might be very good for you.
Okay. Noted.
I got that out of nowhere.
Okay. Well, it seems like the rain has calmed. It seems like the thunder has also and the lightning. I think the elements are just conspiring for this. So on that note, thank you, elements. Thank you, Adir.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Oh, yeah. Also, thank you, James, for always putting these together expertly, by the way.
Thank you very much. You
pick the best clips, man.
Oh, yeah. Demon stop. Don't stop. Demon stop. Don't stop. Basically, I gave you one right now.
Really, though. I'm so excited. And if this resonated with you, if you have questions, whatever, just shoot me a message on Instagram, comment on the video, comment on the podcast, leave a review. It all helps. And thank you so much for watching, listening. Stay mystical, stay grounded, and I'll catch you guys next time. Or we'll catch you guys next time. Yes. Or both. Mwah!
Bye, darlings. I love you so much. So much that I won't touch you.
Basically.